There's only one person who can fire shots in a mine. That's a fully trained, qualified and authorised man.
Morning, Bill. Morning. All right, weekend. Nice and quiet.
And when it comes to doing the job, you need look no further than this chap, Bill Matthews. Morning, Bill.
Morning. Oh, there you are. Took your time getting here. Monday morning feeling, I suppose. Come on, let's go. We've got some work to do. See you, Frank. Just be good.
See you, Bill. Right, man.
20 instantaneous. Could be Carrick notes. That's plenty. I'll need 7 for the round on B12s. Another 8 for the rip on 45s. Case looks good. Lock's okay. Right.
All right, Bill, I took the P45 powder in.
Right, okay. Did you notice a car alarming going in yesterday for us?
Yes, I sent it down the pitch yesterday. It should be in the back end.
That chap's got a new cable on the shoulder.
There's a new one on there. Good. You should have it hung up ready for you.
Good, good. Okay.
All set then, Bill?
Oh, there you are. I thought I'd lost you. Everything's okay. Come on, let's go.
Bill's first job of the week is the return ripping in B12's district. No point in taking the exploder any further. It'll be safe enough left here until needed. It's a standard ME12. Well, this is the ripping. Not too much of a job to bring down, so we'll be firing a round of 7 shots using instantaneous detonators. Bill had the face supports removed while we were making our way in by. The holes were drilled last Friday afternoon, and although the area was checked for general safety beforehand, conditions could have changed over the weekend. It's essential to check the area again. Whenever firing a ripping, make doubly sure that the break-off props are positioned correctly. This line is critical once the temporary supports have been withdrawn. It provides the point beyond which the rip mustn't blow. Last of all, you must test for gas around the ripping and in all the approaches up to 10 metres away. In this case, it's good practice to get right into the corner where the ventilation is sluggish, as well as around the face side pack. Right, we're well clear of any other charged shot hole. Stone dust seems okay. So we're ready to run out the cable.
Just a minute, my son. You're forgetting something.
Oh, yeah. Make sure the shot holes have been placed and drilled correctly. This pattern is designed to give the correct profile after firing.
Enabling permanent supports to be set with the least amount of trouble.
Right, and now we'll run out the cable.
Sorry I missed that last point, Bill.
That's all right, my son. Just watch me or do anything else wrong.
It's good practice to tie off the end of the shot firing cable. This prevents it from pulling away after coupling up the round. It also helps to keep it clear from falling rubble when the rip comes down. Cable lengths are important, so make sure you've got the right one for the job. This one's got to be at least 90 metres. That's the law. There mustn't be any damage or joints either. If it's not right in any way, use your replacement cable. And don't forget, when running out, keep it clear of other cables or electrical equipment. You could cause a short circuit.
Not a bad guess. This will do nicely for my firing point.
Oh, by the way, I'm twisting the cable course together to guard against earth leakage. that could cause the round to suddenly go off.
Just give me a minute and I'll see you back at the rip. Okay.
Fair enough. Hey. Hey, Bill. Up here.
Blimey, there you are. I wish I could walk as fast as you, son.
It's all right, Bill. You said it. Nobody's perfect.
Okay, okay. Point taken. You carry on with the talking. I've got some practical work to do here now.
Pleasure, Bill. Each shot hole in the round must be cleaned out and tested for breaks. Each hole should be at least 3 millimetres wider than the cartridge diameter and be deep enough to just reach the break-off line under the rip. After preparing all the holes in the round, you must again check for gas at the mouth of each hole and in all the surrounding areas within 10 metres of the blast face.
Excuse me, my son. Can I have a word?
I think it's worth mentioning what would happen if we did find any gas.
Oh, yes. If a gas cap should appear on the flame, or if you're using a methanometer, the reading is above 1.25%, all shot firing work must stop. The shot firer cannot resume working until the area has been made safe and he's been authorised to continue.
I couldn't have said that any better myself. There's no gas present, so we can go and charge the round. First of all, we plug the hole. That's essential when the ripping is within 90 metres of the face. You must know the maximum charge you can use in the hole. In this case, it's 1,000 grams. I'm only using 300, so I'm well under. They're all P45s. Keep the case shut and prepare the primer. Oh, and mind how you use the pricker. Many a shot firer has embarrassed himself by ending up with a point stuck in the palm of his hand.
Oh, that's interesting. Has it ever happened to you then, Bill?
That's why you didn't mention that, Papa. Now then, where was I? Oh, yes. Easy does it. Hold the leads and not the detonator. If you pull the plug out, you could easily lose a finger or two. Charge the hole. The primer is the last to go in. Detonator end nearest the stemmer. Stem the hole to the mouth. In compliance with instructions, we're using gel ampoules. Finally, you must make sure that the detonator leads don't short circuit. Keep them well away from anything that may carry stray currents. That includes the rock face and floor. B12's tailgate ripping. Let's see, 7 shots in stone. Each one 300 grams. That's 2.1 kilograms. Oh, yes. Powder canisters number 14.
Okay, this is a must. The shot firing curtain. Make sure that it's in position. No debris can come flying to it when we fire. Also, any materials, cables, etc. that are lying between the curtain and the blast area, make sure that they're covered up as they won't get damaged. Now we're ready to determine the danger zone, clear the area and post the sentries.
Distance alone is no protection against flying debris, so if you can, get the men behind a bend.
I'll do it for you.
Cross centre to get some lifting
That's all, matter, come on.
Face standing there, Bill.
It's all right, mate. You've got to stand, I'm afraid. We've got to fire these shots. We're going to be in trouble. Yeah, I'm all right here. Alex, go outside for you. Yeah. Put that on your lamp.
Yeah.
Now, don't let anybody come by you. Don't do any work whatsoever. Okay, and stop here and then I'll come and fetch you when we find it. Come on, Tom,
Right
let's
on,
go.
Bill.
Knock these off. Easy, disc.
Cheers.
Can you keep it in the side, lads? Right in the side. Right, Malcolm. Looks safe for you. Now, while you're acting as my sentry...
All entrances to the danger zone must be guarded. Each sentry must be posted personally and told to stay in a position of safety. He must be given a sign of authority and told the duties of the job. Ignore any of these responsibilities and sure enough, somebody's going to get hurt.
I never allow anyone between my sentries and the blast face, or between the blast face and my firing point, and I never act as my own sentry.
That's good advice, Bill. Let's couple up the round. You go ahead. I can best explain what you're doing with a diagram. Is that okay then?
Okay.
Remember, we're firing a round of 7 shots using instantaneous detonators. The leads must be connected in series to give a continuous circuit, the same as lights on a Christmas tree. In this way, each detonator will pass the same current. And as you can see, we're left with a leading wire from 2 of the holes. Immediately after coupling up the round, make a final check for gas over the rip face. Everything's okay, so it's safe to couple up the cable. It's obviously easier to do this when you have both leading wires on the same side of the face. A 2-core cable can be split to make one lead shorter than the other. This will prevent short-circuiting. Had conditions been damp, it would have been a good idea to insulate all the joints as well. All that remains now is to see that the necessary supports are removed to safety. Obviously, you'll need to keep 1 or 2 men back to do this.
And last of all, close the curtain. Right, lads.
Come on, lad. Let's get away, see if we can see that football match. What do you think we win now? See next week.
After seeing that everyone has left the danger zone, go back to the firing point and take shelter yourself. Couple the cable to the exploder, making sure the cores and terminals are clean and dry. Test the circuit for continuity. Everything's in order, so we can go ahead. As a round of more than 6 shots has been fired, wait at least 10 minutes to allow for any stray charge suddenly going off. This will also give time for the fumes to clear. When you get back to the blast area, test the roof and sides, checking for any signs of damage to the supports. Then make sure the explosion hasn't released any gas. Check whether all the shots have gone off, remembering to look for any sockets that may still contain undetonated explosive.
Right, Alec, then we've loaded well.
When satisfied that it's safe to do so, relieve the sentries and authorise the men to return to work.
You got a clit, Ed? Yes, got it. Tighten it up. Make a job.
The newly exposed ground must be supported, and it's the shot firer's responsibility to see that this job's properly carried out. Only then is he free to recover his cable and proceed to the next firing point.
Well, get my gear packed up and then I'm off for my snap.
Sorry, Bill, I meant to tell you this earlier, but we have to explain the procedure for dealing with a misfire.
There wasn't one, it's all dropped.
I can easily change that, Bill. Excuse me, but I'm going to take you back in time. Feel all right? We can wait a while if you'd like to catch your breath.
I don't know how you managed to get me back here. I told you everything had got off okay.
Look, Bill, trust me. Just test the circuit. You'll soon see what I mean.
Well, I blowed you right.
Just a trick of the camera, Bill. Now, let's explain the proper procedure for broken continuity.
You carry on, lad, you're doing fine.
Thanks, Bill. First of all, uncouple the cable and join the cores together as a safety precaution. Remember to look after the key. Examine the cable for damage or breaks. If there's no obvious sign, uncouple the cable from the detonator leads, joining the cores together. When you get back to the firing point, test the cable for continuity. It's positive. If the light hadn't come on, another cable would have to be tested. If you're satisfied that the round is properly wired up in series, recouple the cable. Never test for circuit continuity except from the safety of the firing point. The round could easily go off. Shortcuts could be fatal. Still no light from the round. Must be a faulty detonator. Bill, if you don't mind uncoupling the cable again, I'm going to explain the principle with another diagram. We've got a round of 7 shots. Start by dividing them to groups of 3 and 4. Couple the first group of shots to the cable and test for continuity from the safety of the firing point. The circuit's good, so the fault must lie in one of the other 4 detonators. Continue dividing and testing until the faulty detonator is found. And there it is. It's a good idea to tie the detonator leads to the roof or sides using a marker. This will help locate the charge after the rip has blown. The law does, in fact, allow for an alternative solution. This involves washing out the stemming and using another primer. But as we're using gel ampules, this method would not be practical. So, treat the remaining 6 shots as the round for firing, connecting them in series to the cable. It's for you, Bill. I think it's the manager. He must be worried about the coal.
This is your doing, son. Hello, B12s, Matthew speaking. Yes, Mr. Hardy. No, Mr. Hardy. But I've got a misfire. Well, I've got to get it right, haven't I? We'll be going as soon as we can. OK.